I just feel like, especially our community, we need people that can risk themselves, show themselves there for people to see as a template with errors, flaws, and positives to move forward. And, I'm willing to be one of those kind of people based on the life I've experienced.
I think about possibilities before limitations, So I thought about the possibility that, I could actually model, I could do this, I could do that. So I started with 40 plus staff. But at that point in time, when you say that, the faith is high, everything is all, until you are now faced with reality, then you realize that, guy, are you really right? Because what happened was I began to see the models like guys 6 foot something. I'm 5'7.5", 5'8", and I'm thinking, and I'm black again. I'm thinking that you have just gone down the niche, like literally the end of the barrel. You get? But the truth was just the fact that I had that belief within myself just began to push. And all of a sudden, after like 4 or 5 years from that time, I started losing the weight and everything. I got my first big break, and I was all over the underground station with a brand that I worked with as a model, with top models. That's one of the reasons why you have to be careful as a Christian in particular, that you should not blame people for being like that. It is that question that they put towards you emotionally or physically that actually creates a force that drives you. So they are built like that to drive you. So I hear people saying that, this person did not support me. They were meant to be like that so that you could run. Yeah, the thing here about conformity is, and that's one mistake we make as Christians and especially our community. When we see someone, we say, we just tag them. This is who you are. But I was reading scriptures and I keep saying this. Gideon, everybody knew him as a wine presser, but one God appeared to him. God called him a warrior. And that was very contrasting from what people knew him as. Meaning that a lot of the time, what people are using to define us is not actually what God refers to us as. If you don't follow your progression with God, when you face the big thing, you'll be able to stand. So it's important to go with the little things that will build that confidence, so that when people come against your evolution, you don't see them. What you see is what God wants you to be a lot of the time. Because people think that we've been taught this ridiculous doctrine in church where once God gives you something, it means that it's going to be hungry, you're going to have a great time, visions will be dropping in your eyelids like glory of rain and dew. No, the more that comes to you, the more the devil wants to fight you because he knows what you represent. So you have to now fight to stay focused. You've got to fight to just keep your eyes on something. And what I realized, with each little battle that you face, that's why it's important to not just focus on the big things. The little battles you face, when you can overcome those ones, it gives you courage. That's how you build courage. It gives you courage to overcome the bigger ones. So the reason why I can go through all of this is not just because it came to me now. It's because when I was in backside, there were little things I was able to overcome that gave me courage that no matter what, it can never go lower than this. So that pushes me to keep going. I encourage a lot of young people to not set boundaries for themselves. Always look at yourself as a vessel. A vessel does not say, I'm only going to contain water. I'm only going to contain wine. A vessel is a vessel. As long as you pour anything into it, it will take the form. Simple. And that's what we all need to be. And that way, you have no boundaries as to what you can achieve. God can tell you today you'll be a pastor. Tomorrow, God can tell you are going to be a politician. Next tomorrow, God will tell you that you are going to be a counselor. Next tomorrow, God will tell you you're a missionary. You'll be able to achieve all those things to the max. Why? Because you just opened yourself up to allow God to mold you however He wishes. And those people are the people that God does imaginable things with. Whenever you get something negative, it's actually not. You see, the world has taught us to define negativity as something which is not. For us as believers, negativity is knowledge of what needs to be done. So when someone tells you, you are not good enough to achieve this because you don't have this, what do you go and do? You go and try and learn what you can do to achieve that. Simple. So that's how I've allowed my mind over time, as I said, and I still go through that battle because it's daily. So what I do is when I first started this whole thing, I was just getting a lot of rejection. Like you hear people say, "Oh, sorry, you can't do this. Sorry, yeah, you're not tall enough." Oh, sorry. Or you enter a room and they just look at you like you are actually short.
And they just give you side eye.
They just give you side eye, and even the way they shake your hands, like, okay, let's shake your hand quickly so you can go, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then you just start feeling like, you know what? Are you sure? You should be doing this. Is this what you should actually be doing? the volume that has more is the one that owns the entire capsule, that owns the entirety of what it is. So as long as you have that awareness that you're a believer, make sure that you have more of the word. You're in spaces where you get more of a Christian community. You're in spaces where the Spirit fills you more. You are listening to more music that edifies you more. So it's all about more. That's how the balance comes about. Stay connected to where you are. I've got influencers that once things start happening for them, you don't see them doing what they usually do at church. They're not available all the time. Even though I know church has its own issues, because church has the way of sucking you off your energy and your time and and everything. But I try to find the balance with them. I tell them, you know what? Just try and make sure that you are staying here, because many of them feel like, yeah, I can go out, I can do my stuff, but they don't realize that this is one thing holding you like a spring to God. So whatever time you can still have to connect with it, it's not about the service, it's about your connection with God. Just hold on to something that whatever happens, you are coming back to something else. Because once the devil can isolate you, he's got you. And once he's got you, you're done for. You just find yourself spiraling down a wrong road that you